There we are. Alright. So today's objective is not get lost by ourselves. Remember all my landmarks. Rebait my bear piles. Yet again, the bait pile was not touched. This bait pile is more than likely going to get moved somewhere else, just because it has not been producing at all. It is only the second week of baiting though in Michigan. But here's the crib setup. I mean, it's a pretty standard crib. Try and get that quartering away shot. See, like, my guess is to be in that tree right there. So I want the bear to be sitting like this with his head in. So then his shoulder blade is up in front, and I can shoot towards the center of the bear, and so go towards his front left shoulder. That's the goal with the crib for the quartering away. And then you have to put that on to keep everything out of it, except for bears. So we're gonna check the trail camera. It does start sprinkling, so that wasn't on the radar. So you gotta start checking the trail camera. And also, forgot to put my names on these, so I'm gonna take and put my name on them. Sign marker. Sucks, guys. Alright. Take this. I'm gonna go hide under a tree real quick. I can try not to get super soaked. Ah, spider webs. Okay. And a good tip is if you got bears coming in, you don't want them to eat your camera. So what you do is you take what I've been doing, which works so far, is I'm rubbing dirt on my hands to try and get rid of the human scent. I don't know if it actually works or not, but it's been working for me so far. So, ka-chow. Turn it on. 99% battery, 30-second delay. Take this behind the camera to get a better angle and realign it. I think that's where I had it before. I'll take a bunch of pictures of me and everything I do. See? And anything that comes in. And then today, here's the bait of choice, the good old slop. Might be asking, what is that? Well, that is cooking grease, and that's why we touched the camera first, because I'd have never been able to get this off my hands easy enough to take care of it. What you do with this, well, it's the smell's pretty powerful. Why do you put it in front of the bait pile? Because if there's a bear or any animal that walks in front of it, they get it on their feet. When they get it on their feet, they go on a trip somewhere and they drag that scent all through the woods, which is good for me. And then you also take, and that's what I've learned from some of the locals, is you take a super soaker. And you go, and you put it as high up a tree as you can get it. Doesn't hurt the tree. It's just like rain to the tree, honestly. And it's just like a scent bomb. You're just getting the scent up as high as you can. Like 20, 30 feet up the tree. Probably not that high, but just exaggerating. And that helps for when the wind blows through to carry that scent through the woods. Carries it all through these woods, so then the bears can easier find the pile. I'm giving this one last week to try and get a bear on it. And if it doesn't, then I guess we're just gonna have to take and move this bait pile, because you can only have 3 in Michigan, somewhere else. Which I have no problem doing. I love looking at Onyx maps and the contour lines and everything, and finding rivers and streams and finding a good spot to put up a bait pile. That's what I like to do. I think it's really fun. And then put it on the logs too, because then they know where the bait is easier, and then they don't tear the entire crib apart, because wherever they smell it, that's where they're gonna start digging, and they're gonna have these logs thrown everywhere. All right, wash my hands. Simple as that. That was like, what? How long did it take me? 15 minutes from my truck to get here and get it all baited and ready to go. And now we're on to the next spot. Which is like a 25-minute drive, but it's not that bad of a walk. All right. A lot of tips. I wouldn't call myself a professional, because this is my first year bear hunting in my life. But a lot of these things are tips that I've learned from other people this year. As soon as I got my bear tag, I started reaching out to anybody and everybody who knew anything about bear hunting. And they've honestly helped me out quite a bit. So I'm about to go to my other bait pile. And I'm gonna see how that goes. And fuck, I have no idea what's gonna happen at that one, but I'll be back when I get there. It's a nice little hike in the car, so I'll be checking back in when I get over there. Look at that, and it turned on. All right, so day 2. I know I said I'd be right back when I got the other spot, but it started to rain again, and now it's actually clear. That, and I had to go to a class, so I couldn't stay out all night. Let's see. This is the bucket I was using yesterday. So today we're gonna make one of the bait mixtures that I've been doing, and it's been producing bears. So it's also the cheapest stuff that I could buy. So we're gonna put that together for you and show you how to make it. There's some limits. I think it's 2 gallons a day of like oats and stuff, so you got to watch that. They will come out there if it's an obscene amount, and they will ticket you. So let's get to making this mixture. And all right, I had to switch angles. All right, switched angles, pulled a couple things out, and here's basically what I'm rocking with. I got oats, which are extremely sweet. You know, Probably have some sort of acid or some crap in them too, like malic acid. I have no idea, but it's in this. I know that, I think, because I read it on the side what it had in it. But this is like a vanilla powder. What you do is you take it and you mix it with water or grease or whatever you want, and it turns into like an oobleck, which is good because it gets all over the bears. They get it on their paws, they get it on their face, and they can go take it wherever they go. Like I was talking yesterday about the grease. They take it with them, and they spread the scent everywhere, and it attracts more bears, which is good, because more bears equals more competition for the food, and then they're going to compete against each other, keep coming earlier and earlier and earlier, and you start setting your bait time to when you're going to go sit your blind. You come in, do a fake bait. In theory, you just make a bunch of noise, reorganize stuff, hit your bucket on the tree or something, and then go sit in your blind. And then bears, after it calms down, usually should come right in after you're done, if they're that competitive for the bait pile, which is what you're trying to get them used to, is being overly competitive for the bait, because they're trying to get it before a different bear could, because you got to realize these are wild animals, and to survive out here you have to be competitive. Just granted, they don't need this to survive, it's just really good for them, and they really like it because it's sweet. Now, I was talking about there is a 2-gallon a day limit on things. That is only for any product that is, I think you could call like grain, I'm pretty sure. Now, like bakery products, just like this vanilla stuff, or donuts, or any sweets, there is no daily limit on them. You can have any amount. Nice shot here. Have any amount that you would like on your pile. So you could literally fill the bed of your truck with donuts and bread. And I know there's a lot of people out there that do that. And then they go dump it right on the pile. And then they go home. And then they don't bait until they go back for season. And wonder why there's no bears. It's because you left them too much of an easy supply, where they could come and go as they please. They didn't have to compete, and that's not what you want. You want them to be competing and fighting for this food source, which is my main goal. And we're rolling. Alright, so this is set number 1 in Reiko. I'm kind of quiet so I don't scare everything, but it's a basic log pile. It's nothing fancy like the other one, but this bait pile is most likely going to get moved somewhere else, because between Monday and today, which is Friday, so it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's 4 days, I haven't had anything touch the bait pile besides a vulture, from what I've seen. So this one might get moved. I think it's too much in a valley, because there's a hill, and hill all the way around this. But this goes down to the river. So I'm guessing the scent is too locked in this valley for the bears to find it. Even though I had bears on camera here before. But I don't want them to come when they feel like it. I want them to be here every day, so I have a better chance of shooting one. But we got the trail camera there, good old Trailhawk stealth cam. And we're just letting the bucket drain a little bit. Get it inside those logs, and there's the mixture. So, if we're pulling that camera, we're going to put it somewhere else. I don't know why I stopped it, but I forgot to say we'll see you at the next spot. Alright, we're rolling again. So, we're back. This is spot number 3 in the middle of the Hiawatha National Forest. See? In the middle of it. And this spot has been doing the best. That sticks in the way. Out of all three spots, this one's doing the best. And this one was just kind of on a whim, like, hey, there's a swamp 20 yards behind the pile, we're gonna put it up here. So we're gonna make the bait mixture that I just showed you at the last spot, and we're gonna go throw it out. I might bring the grease out too. I don't know yet. It's kind of heavy. Then we'll get back to it, and I'll check back in when I get to the pile, and we're checking it out.
Another jug for grease. Oh, looks like a smoothie. Oats.
Oh yeah. So that's what it looks like when it's hit. That used to be like a mound of bait. I think there's one over there actually. You can see that. Whoo! Hey there, bear. I hate the stumps in this woods because all of them, I swear, look like bears. That's one of the most convincing stumps I've ever seen, if that's a stump. Because man, does that look convincing. And I'm going to keep my eye on it too. Just so I don't get circled. Because that's what bears like to do, is they like to circle you. They'll circle, 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 circle. Because they want to wind you. They'll circle until they can wind what you are. See? And once they wind what you are, they'll either decide what they're going to do, if they're going to spook out or if they're going to stay around. Okay, pull this camera. I don't really want to sit here and fart around with it too much. I just want to get in and get the hell out. Odds are it's not a bear, but it just looks so damn convincing to me. We're not even going to play with it. One of the reasons I carry is in case that happens. But the odds are bears are more scared of you than you are of them. Even though you can be scared of a bear, they are usually 9 times out of 10 more scared of you than you are of them. So, signal, 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 please give me signal.
Let me get this one down. Still set up now.
That's what it looks like. Let this bucket drain for a minute. Throw the lid on it. And get the heck out of here. Yep. Trail camera, it's the XV6000 from Moultrie. I'm gonna see if it gets any pictures. This is my favorite set out of all of them, too. That pine right there is where I'm gonna be. So,